Well, Brisbane became the clean-up capital of Australia again today as headquarters for the annual Clean Up Australia effort. Nationwide, close to 600,000 people took part on the event's 21st birthday, celebrating by shifting more than 16,000 tonnes of rubbish.
In spite of the flood, or because of it, Brisbane's clean-up army was at it again, in similar numbers to the 23,000 who turned out during the emergency. In some places, the raging floodwaters had swept old rubbish away. In others, it had brought new trouble, shopping trolleys embedded in suburban creeks.
They're hard work to get out.
Volunteers toiled at 7,500 sites across the country. At Amity on Stradbroke Island, scuba divers did their bit despite the death of a diver in an early clean-up event in Victoria yesterday.
In the face of that tragic loss, they were still there. They were still addressing it in a professional way, and I congratulate them.
They brought out bags of refuse that could be fatal to marine life.
Loads of fishing lines everywhere, loads of fish hooks.
Parts of boats.
In Brisbane, more than 200 flood-affected sites were given priority. The Great Deluge was a major setback for some of the neighbourhood groups who've been tending particular creeks for years.
Probably harder, we have to contend with dead plants, which is a bit disheartening for the bush care group. But certainly not as bad as a lot of poor buggers that their houses are flooded, etc.
Between them, they pulled out 1,100 tonnes of junk.
We weren't surprised. We knew it was there, and it's part of our program the council has to clean up all the creeks by the end of June.
As always, cigarette butts and drink containers topped the national litter hit list, prompting new calls for deposit legislation like South Australia's.
We would get a recovery rate of beverage containers at 87% instead of 35%.
And create permanent behavioural change. Karen Berkman, ABC News, Brisbane.